Hey!
Hi.
What is going on out there?
I don't know. What's going on?
I don't know. COVID, Thanksgiving, lots of fucking things, I guess.
Yeah, people not going places, I hope.
Yeah, hopefully not. But you're listening to I Don't Want to Watch That. The website is don'twantowatchthat.com. And Twitter, Instagram, at Don't Want to Watch. On Twitter, the O in don't is a 0 because of a living zero.
This fucking guy.
I know. Can't stand that guy who took that handle years ago and never used it. I'm going to tweet at him every fucking day.
Have you?
No, only the one time. But you are here for a treat because we are getting back to our roots. What the show is based on.
I'm thrilled. I'm so
We're going
excited.
OG right now, back at it.
Yeah,
Real
yeah.
Housewives of New York, picking up where we left off. Season 4, episode 1. And I'm just saying to myself, like, yo, the first thing I wrote down, oh, this recap is bringing back memories. It was glorious seeing the ladies again. But the first thing that obviously pops out is there's no Bethenny, and who the fuck is Cindy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's a little jarring, right?
Yeah,
because
they don't even
talk about it.
touch on it.
She's gone. She's just gone.
Just boom. Here's what happened the last couple of seasons. Oh, and by the way, here's all the ladies. Oh, one of them is gone, and there's a brand new one there.
And she has her own. So what happened was she left. What had happened was she left the show because she got her own spinoff.
At this period of time, I believe, right? That was when, because she was pregnant with Jason, she was starting to have a whole
Bethany
bunch
gets
of beef.
married or something. I think it was called.
Oh, I have no fucking idea. Should we watch that?
I had never watched it. We can if you want. I never watched it. I never really had a desire because I just hated.
I feel
Jason
like watching
so much.
Bethany berate her husband for like an hour at a clip is just not going to be as entertaining as Bethany berates some rich person who doesn't do shit and she's scratching and clawing for every dollar.
Or when Bethany gets berated.
Yeah.
By Ramona.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. Yeah, I bet in her show though, she's not going to take that shit. Yeah.
I understand.
So yeah, we jump right into it though with Alex Simon and Ramona and
Drinking Ramona's new wine.
yeah, she's having like a launch party for a new wine.
Pinot Grigio.
Just like a true entrepreneur, why let a fucking good thing go to waste? You like wine, you have a following that also likes wine because they like you because you like wine. Fucking make some wine.
There's a whole Real Housewives of New York. You'll learn, but a lot of the women go through different, like, they throw their names on a lot of different things.
I can imagine.
And there's a couple of wines.
Oh, of course.
That
Why
come
wouldn't there
out
be?
Are
those wines still in existence?
That's a good question. I don't think so.
Like, why wouldn't they be, I guess is my question, because everybody drinks wine. Who the fuck knows anything about wine, really?
Actually, now that I think about it, I think the only person, I could be totally wrong here, but I think the only person that has, like, a semi-successful wine would be Lisa Vanderpump, because she has all those restaurants, and her signature...
And she sells her own wine, probably, yeah. I can see that. Her signature,
I think, is rosé? I could be making
that up. There are no Lisa Ballos, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, Vita!
So, anyway, yeah, shout out to Salt Lake City.
They are drinking Ramona's wine. Where are they, though? I don't remember where they are.
I don't know. I think they're at the launch party for the wine. Jill and Bobby show up.
Was it a launch party specifically for the wine? Now I don't remember.
Well, why else would the fucking wine be there?
Because it's Ramona. She brings she brings that wine everywhere. Okay. You'll see.
Okay. But yeah, so it's still awkward as fuck. But the main reason for this is they show Alex inviting everybody to the marriage equality walk.
Right.
She is on the committee. She is a big deal in this walk. We need to establish that now. That Alex,
it was the wedding. That's what it was. They both had that wedding in the Hamptons, and Alex was sleeping over the house. That's so
That's where they're at this?
Yeah, I think so.
They're not, no.
Oh wow, I'm so off. My notes are so messed up. All right, I'll let you.
I'll just drive.
Please
I'll drive.
Take the keys.
Yeah, I'll drive us through the Real Housewives because it's my forte, and I know these roads. But yeah, so the main reason that they're there, like, it's just awkward. They're there bullshitting, nothing really goes on. Kelly's notably absent, and Alex invites everybody to the marriage equality walk, which again, stay focused on that. Alex is a big deal at the marriage equality walk. Let it be known. Foreshadowing.
She was on the board.
Yes, I know.
She was on the board.
Then we jump to Jill goes to Kelly's, and they're talking about Ramona's party, and Kelly was like, yeah, I was invited, but I didn't go because I don't like to hang out with people who call me crazy to my face. And she's like, I don't have the energy and time for that. And then I was sitting here like, it's kind of your job because you signed up for this show. So it's kind of weird that she didn't go to the thing. But she definitely, so like I said, Kelly was notably absent, the only one not there, and here she is shitting on Ramona, just like right out of the bat.
Yeah, well, Jill. So let's talk about real quick. I wrote this down. So Alex is still Alex is still pissed over the fight that she's had with Jill.
Yes.
That's been going on for years.
Yeah.
She's still fucking carrying a torch for this thing.
Oh,
she's
absolutely.
still angry. And Jill, Jill is just like, I'm humbled. I learned a lot. I'm just trying to be nicer. You could always be nicer.
Yeah, but she's
She's
not taking that approach when it comes to Alex.
You know what? It's not.
I think, like, I don't want to go through too much of, like, straight through the notes that I wrote down, but I think since we're shitting on Alex right out of the gate, I think it's fair to say that, like, we're seeing a lot of the ladies in these episodes be like, what is she even doing here?
I know.
Like, what is she even doing here?
They
I think, what was it, Kelly said that they would come to the opening of a letter?
Yes.
They are clawing and leeching onto the society, and now also, like, and then again, like, I wrote this down for later, but I'll say it now because we're talking about it right off the bat, so who fuck cares? Like, Alex found her voice and she needs to shut the fuck up was like a theme in some of the ladies.
I know.
They are getting fed up with her.
Yeah.
They don't believe that she belongs. She's
Yeah.
from Brooklyn, not Manhattan.
She's not even from New York.
I know she's not even from New York. She doesn't have the money that these ladies have.
Yeah.
She's trying to be.
But I still think.
I think they're just fed up with her.
Yes,
really
I
what
agree.
it is.
And I
Bethenny
also
was one of her champions, and she's gone.
Yeah. I also Katie Holden mentioned this to me. Shout out to Katie.
Shout out Katie Honan, excellent journalist.
Who I just turned on to Real Housewives of New York. And she's been watching it like crazy.
Where's she at? Maybe
made
we
a
can have her as a
comment.
guest star.
I think she's a season ahead of us or two.
Oh, is she really?
She kind of watched them all, but didn't really pay. She paid attention to, like, quote unquote the important.
Yeah, it was on in the background, like. She was big picture.
But now, she was like asking me a couple of questions. I was like, you gotta go back and you just have to watch them all. You just have to watch them all again. So that's what she's doing right now.
Oh, really? Okay.
So I'll just get random texts from her. It's great.
Okay.
But anyway, she said it just feels like this particular season, and even the season before, that the women just like ganging up on Alex.
Yeah.
They just like bullying her because she's just like, and quite honestly, I just think that Alex is just so socially awkward.
Yes.
Like, she feels like she needs to fill a specific role when it's just like, no, just...
No.
You can't even say just be yourself. Cause she's
She's not herself. I don't even know what the fuck
yeah,
she
that's
is.
the thing. That's the thing. It's like this weird, creepy...
Yeah. Look,
personality she created for herself and Simon.
Yeah. I am anti-bullying. I am against all of that, for sure, 100%. But I am pro people telling people that they don't belong at a certain place because it's entertaining to watch.
I mean, I'm anti-bullying unless you deserve it.
Yes, and Alice and Simon have been such fucking, I don't know, they've been such weirdos for such a long time. Like, and I've questioned their existence in this show
Yeah.
from the jump off.
Yeah.
And now I think that she's being louder about how annoyed she is with some of these people. Now they're starting to be like, well, what are you even doing here?
Yeah.
And that's where they're at right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Jill even asked, she's like, why does Alex hate me so much? She just, like, is it fake? Is it put on for the show? That's my question. Jill didn't ask that. But, like, is it for the storyline?
No, I think that...
You know what I mean? Like,
I think her dislike of Jill is valid and true. And,
I don't disagree, but, like, come on.
And
let's
so,
move on.
yes, I agree. You should be able to move on. But in order for Alex to move on, she needs a certain level of closure, which appears to be at a higher level than most normal individuals.
Yeah.
As we saw when she wouldn't let Sonya fucking just breathe when she was kicking her out of her house. You know what I mean? Like, she has to have her say in these things, and she has to make you see her point of view.
Yeah.
Whereas sometimes people will remember an event differently, or they just don't fucking want to, and they just want to agree to disagree and move on. And Alex just doesn't seem to be the person that will let that happen. Yeah. So I don't even know where the fuck we were in the episode now. We just went on to a whole dissection of Alex right off the bat.
So we were talking. Okay, so Jill and Kelly were talking.
They went over both of the beefs and stuff.
Yeah, go rehashing the beef. Jill's going to Sydney. Kelly didn't go to cause... Oh, Kelly didn't want to go to the cause because fuck Ramona.
Yep.
Go to the event.
Exactly.
Well, we were talking about how Jill was just like, she doesn't really understand why Alex just has it out for her. It's like a dog with a bone.
Yeah. And then
she's just like over it. She feels like the fight that she had with Bethenny just like took years off of her life.
Yeah.
And she says, friends are your family. She's very sad over it. And I can see that with Jill. I think Jill was definitely being authentic and genuine when she talks here. I honestly just think Jill is her own worst enemy. I think she always has the best of intentions, but then, like, when she gets mad...
It's over.
All bets are off.
It's over.
All bets are off. Which I don't mind watching.
No, and then we rock over to Alex and Simon's house. First time we see Simon, and they are working from home.
Yeah.
They have...
It felt eerily, like, when they were talking about working from home together, it was like, God, this is...
It was a little COVID-y.
Quarantine. Yeah. This is like,
like and they were...
Quarantine shit.
In their luxurious Brooklyn estate, they seem to be having their home closet office.
Yeah.
Because they were working back-to-back, pretty much, with dogs in the background, motherfuckers. And it turns out that Simon is no longer in the luxury hotel business.
Yep.
He is now
starting his
a
own
social media fucking mogul of some sort.
Yeah.
And because he is obviously the pinnacle of cool, as we all know.
Yeah.
And Alex is a model. So I think both of these things made me hate them even more also. Like,
yeah.
What? And
Listen.
oh my gosh, I don't even understand. But one thing I did make an observation about over here, they're having people chime in confessionals to comment on the scene, and they're not part of the scene.
Well, yeah, the producer's probably asking them.
Yeah, but
what do you think about Alex being a model?
Yeah, but I feel like that hasn't really happened in the past.
Okay, so now they're switching it up.
Yeah, no, it's just I'm just saying. I just noticed that, and I thought it was odd.
I understand.
Because, like, I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna be doing some confessionals about a scene, you should be in that.
Yeah, but it was they probably like were whatever. I don't want to talk about production.
Okay. Oh, excuse me. Bravo.
Bravo, fucking bravo.
Is that what you're supposed to say?
Bravo, fucking yeah. No, I think probably what happened. They were asking her questions about, Alex being a model, and she had the scene, and they're trying to shade her a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, Kelly.
Yeah.
I mean, Kelly's comment, Kelly's comment about Alex, to be a model, you don't have to be. What did she say? You have to be photogenic. You don't have to be pretty. Which, quite honestly, I remember, I wasn't put off by that comment at all because, I can remember.
Yeah, but like even in the scene before, Jill and Kelly were talking about Bethenny, and then Ramona pops in to be like, "Well, Jill's wrong." So, like, it was just seemed odd.
I'm a little confused about what you're saying.
They came in like off the top ropes. Like they're coming in out of nowhere with people that aren't in these scenes to do confessionals to comment on the scenes.
All right, now I have to look out for this because it may.
It just caught me off guard because I don't feel like they've done that before.
Yeah, the editing just may have changed. They may have changed stuff, and I didn't see it.
That was just an observation I had that led to 2 minutes of nonsense talking.
It wasn't nonsense. It wasn't nonsense.
So let's meet Cindy. She's downtown, which means she's more rock and roll, and she owns a bunch of spas and has some sperm donor babies.
Yeah.
So that's fucking pretty wild. Her brother is her like business partner.
Well, no, she doesn't have a sperm donor baby. She's got, she has a baby daddy. Remember she was engaged? She talks about it at the party.
I had asked you that, and you said yes. I asked you
what?
Because that's the way I took it.
No, I didn't. I didn't say
yes.
I didn't. No, I didn't.
So that's why I wrote this down. Yes.
That's not
I absolutely asked you about it, and now here I am looking the fool.
My bad.
That's all right. But anyway, she seems like very, like, badass Brooklyn, like as opposed to Alex.
Well, that was one of the questions that I had. I'm very curious where in New York that she's from because, you know, there's stereotypes for every borough. But she gives me like Bay Ridge, Bensonhurst.
Yes, absolutely.
New Utrecht.
That whole area.
Vibes.
L&B Spumoni Gardens.
Yeah, like over there.
Yep.
Or Long Island.
I can see Long Island too. I can see a little Long Island too. So later on, I make this observation, but since we just met her now and I feel like talking about it, it almost seems like they're trying to replace Bethenny with a Bethenny type.
Well, you'll see. They do that pretty much like. I feel like they try and do that every
And I'm not saying that, you know, that it doesn't need that type or that there isn't a formula that works, but it's very obvious, I feel, in this case.
Yeah.
So then we go to a party. It's Ramona, Jill, Cindy's there.
Yes, it's that art party that Cindy was hosting.
Yes. And she's got the babies and the nanny out there. And Kelly and Luann are there. Alex and Simon show up because they'll show up to a letter opening.
Huh.
And then all of a sudden, they're like, "Yeah, everybody take your shoes off."
When I saw this scene, I can't imagine, like, what would you do?
I mean, these ladies showed up to what they thought was like an odd fucking thing. And now, you know what their problem, they had no full warning of any of this.
No.
This was hilarious to watch them be like, and Kelly took it in stride. Like, Kelly was just no, this is super cool. But
I like Kelly this episode, I gotta tell you.
Yeah, I think I wrote down at some point she was really
do I like
on me.
Kelly?
Yeah. But yeah, so they're just walking on this thing, and that's going to be the piece of art. They're all creating it. They're just basically stepping in paint and walking across a canvas. And
Jill can't believe that those twins came out of Cindy's body.
Yeah, she's over there talking about it with Kelly.
Oh, she was shady with that shit.
And then Cindy just happens to waddle over. Not waddle, but like, you know, I didn't mean waddle. That was a bad one.
Wow, what?
Saunter is probably what I was
that's better. Saunter
for.
And waddle are two very different things.
Absolutely, I completely agree, and I said the wrong one. And so she comes over, and Jill just, I just got a million questions for you. You know, how did you
mind?
do this?
I love
her. Do you mind? Like, can I just ask you all these crazy questions?
I love it.
And then she just launches into a stream of questions, which Cindy handles with grace.
Yeah.
Very good.
Well, I mean, New Yorkers, I feel like, for the most part, are like that. Right?
Just ask me a thing, I'll answer it.
Yeah, they just, I feel like I'm like that. Sometimes I stick my foot in my mouth with the questions I ask.
Sometimes I do it on purpose, just for fun. I don't know why.
Do what?
Stick my foot in my mouth or say something ridiculous or off the wall.
You do for shock value.
Yeah, it's true. Balls!
It's not very shocking.
I'm such an idiot. Sorry, the dog's all up on me now. So then we go to Ramona's job. She is super overwhelmed.
Yeah, she's got a lot of things to do. I mean, she's Ramona.
Yeah, she's interviewing new assistants because one assistant is not good enough. And her interviews are all over the place.
Like, can you imagine if Ramona was your boss? Just think about it for a second.
Yo, first, the one girl, she's like, you're wearing that? And she's like, makes us stand up, take your jacket off.
Yeah.
This is what you should have been doing. This is what you should have worn. You got to kind of present yourself a little better.
Well, honestly, I feel like
she
thinks that she's doing the right thing. She feels like she's doing, like she's giving these girls like the best advice they're ever going to get in their lives because she's so successful.
But the one girl was literally like, this is my first interview, I'm terrified.
Yeah. In tears. Yeah, she like left in tears, poor thing.
Oh, and then the other assistant had to
She'll
chase her
never
down.
forget that interview though.
Yeah, because it was on TV. And she got embarrassed to shit by Ramona. Ugh,
She'll
Ramona.
never forget it.
So apparently French David Schwimmer is still in the picture because we see a lot of him.
Yeah, Jacques.
Yeah, so we got Luann. She's at dinner with Jacques and Sonia, and Sonia's there with her date. And they have like a weird seating arrangement at first, and then they realize that they're idiots. Like they were sitting diagonal from their dates, so it was like really fucking awkward.
Yeah, I don't know why they sat like that. It was so stupid.
Yes, they came off looking like a bunch of idiots who don't know how to sit at a table.
Yeah, so they're on a double date.
Like their one skills should be how to set a table.
They're on this double date, and we find out that Brian and Sonia met through mutual friends.
Yeah.
Brian just seems like he's good looking. He just seems like a normal guy, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't get too much from him. The one thing I took away from this is it seemed like Luann was hitting on him a little bit.
Luann's a flirt.
Luann was talking about like, yo, you must be hanging artwork in these rich ladies' apartments and they must be all over you, huh? Like she is all up on him. Like, and fucking French David Schwimmer's like, let me just get some more fucking wine. Like, he doesn't care. Like, he's got a speed dating business, I guess, which we learn later, so he can fucking jump into that mix anytime he wants. But yeah, that was really weird. I felt like she was hitting on him a little bit. But, yeah, Sonia's not ready for anything serious. She's just playing around. Maybe that's why, and Luann, like, I think is almost like putting it down a lot. She's like, oh, this is Brian. It's her guy. It's Tuesday.
Oh, yeah. Throwing shade, yeah. Well, she sounds
talking
like she's
down
jealous.
a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sounds like she's jealous.
I think she is jealous because she wants a little more than French David Schwimmer.
Ooh.
Maybe.
She probably is getting more than Jacques.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Those rumors about Luann have been going around for forever.
Okay.
Well, remember they brought her, didn't they bring it up at the reunion or something?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah, they lost their minds on that. That was wild.
Was it the third reunion, I think? Yeah, where they bring it up and they're like, she fucking...
Yeah, you're out about town all the time.
Yeah.
That's hilarious, yeah. Those reunions get right to the fucking point.
They're the best.
Yeah.
They're epic. All right. Oh, this is when it happens. Okay,
yeah, so
Ramona, Simon, and Alex.
They're at breakfast.
And Mario are staying at Ramona's house in the Hamptons.
And Mario, he can stay at his own house while his wife messes up a flagel for him.
Oh, God, the flagel.
And Ramona, I just wrote down how petty Ramona was because she's like, I can't wait to see Jill's face when she sees you guys there. She doesn't know you're coming.
So great.
Yeah, she's like, I'm hosting you guys simply to see her face. Like, this breakfast and everything, the cost of it is covered by her face. Yeah. It's all about seeing her face. So they're at this wedding. Jill's there. She sees Alex at the time and fucking panics. So it was worth every penny for Ramona. And then she gives a bunch of fake hellos. And Jill is immediately mad at Ramona for not telling her.
Yeah. I mean, Jill was visibly gagged when she saw Alex and Simon come to the wedding.
Yeah.
Like, the reaction on her, because she was trying to hide it so bad. She has to, hide behind Bobby, literally.
Yes.
Hold on to him.
If there was a bush there, she would have jumped in the bush.
Yeah, she was
ridiculous.
dying. And then, of course, she's so tight over Ramona not saying anything, because she knew.
Yeah.
Ramona specifically knew that it would upset her.
And
And
Also-
now we get into the committee shit.
Yeah, because Alex goes right into Jill. Like, they're like, oh, all right, the other shit's behind us, but let's talk about how you're an asshole about this marriage equality thing, and you're on the committee, and you're not even going to be there tomorrow? What is this? And Alex will not let her fucking breathe. And
Really?
then Jill is just like, I'm an honorary member, okay? It's honorary. We're at
I
this
knew I had the wedding.
I knew I had the wedding. I'm going to be out here for a few days.
I told him I wasn't going to be there.
He wanted to put my name on it. So I said, okay.
Yeah.
Okay? Is it okay?
God.
Yeah, but Alex will not let her fucking live.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Oh, and then there was like this weird, awkward moment, which we learn more about later on.
Yes.
Ramona starts talking shit about Cindy's brother, Howie. Because apparently
He's dating
a
woman whose husband passed away.
who was good friends with Ramona.
Yes.
Okay.
And the woman gave the brother one of the cigars from the deceased husband. And he was walking around with the cigar, and he was like, oh, did you know this is one of this guy's cigars? And Ramona was like, I gotta fucking tell everybody. He told me that. Oh my God. I can't believe he's out there fucking with these cigars telling everybody about it. She was incensed. And then the lady was right behind her.
Yeah.
Mario's like, oh, and hello, the lady.
Yeah.
He had a fucking name, my bad. But, yeah, that was kind of fucking hilarious. And because it's Cindy's brother, we are going to hear about that shit later.
Yep.
But yeah, so then we got Ramona and Alex are talking marriage equality. Good for them. They're like just talking about the march, and it's funny because knowing Ramona's kind of conservative, like, ow, she just wants to be like, yes, you're right. Let's not talk about it though. Let's just move on from the topic. Good. All right. Okay. Yeah, Jill is out there talking to a bunch of random people, and she's like, Alex is a bitch. I don't know why the fuck she's even here. This is bullshit. Yo, fuck her. I will cut her if she comes here.
Yeah, like it was. She just like.
And then Ramona and Alex
let
walk
it
over
rip.
immediately.
Yeah, she just Jill lets it rip on Alex like so badly, and then the moment she walks over, it's just like, hey.
Oh, hey.
How are you?
Good. And then Alex just dives right from her jugular again.
Oh yeah, God, she's really this whole thing with Jill. It's starting to get old.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's starting to get old.
So that's the end of the episode. As we do, and I forgot we did this when we were doing the Salt Lake City ones. Winners and losers. So the winners of this episode is Cindy for being new to the show. Congratulations for being on a new show. Being new to the show. And the losers are everybody who went to the paint party and didn't have a pair of shoes to replace them.
Very good.
Because that was some bullshit. Hey there, what's going on? We are back, and unfortunately what happened was we recorded this before Thanksgiving, and then we went to listen to it today because we like to just make sure we don't sound like complete morons. And you may not think that we really do because we always say we don't do editing, and we do often sound like complete morons. But just to make sure it works is really what we're doing. And unfortunately this file didn't work great, and I had to cut like half of it out. And so we just finished talking about Season 4, Episode 1, and now we're going to dive into Season 4, Episode 2, March Madness.
Yes. And how mad was it, Mike?
I was very mad when I went to go listen to the file today and half of it was corrupted. That's how mad I was. But so anyway, now.
No, how mad was the episode?
I'm kidding because now we got to do it again.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Not that I'm upset that we have to talk
I
about it
totally
again.
set you up.
Yeah. No, yeah, I know. You're right. You lied to me, but I'm still furious. Just the way it is. Technical difficulties. But the first thing I wrote down while watching the recap of this episode is that I hate new Alex.
Yeah, me too. That was what I wrote too.
Yeah.
I wrote that too.
Yeah.
I hate new Alex.
Yeah. She's brutal. Like, I just can't. I think Luann sums it up the best later in this episode, where she's like, she found her voice and she needs to shut up.
Yeah. She's very, I whoever this character is that she's created for herself, it's just not working.
No, like it's almost like she's
not working. I almost liked it better when she was in fucking La La Land.
Yeah, when she was like the underdog.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I didn't like her there.
Neither did I. So, but it's more likable than whatever this is.
Exactly. Yes. Because now she's just, she acts like she's owed something, and they're still on the lowest rung of that fucking ladder, and she acts now that she's on the top rung, and like she could talk shit about it.
Yeah.
Like talk shit to the people at the top. Like now she's just completely oblivious to the hierarchy.
Who's at the top?
Who's at the top? Oh man, in her own head, Luann is.
Okay.
But in reality, the linchpin of the group is probably. It's got to be Ramona, because I mean, just knowing where all the seasons go, you know what I mean? Like, and knowing, I might have said Jill if I didn't know and we hadn't discussed that she leaves in like a season, or this might even be her last season.
I think this is her last season.
So, knowing the future, I would say it's probably Ramona, because she's got the craziest personality, but I definitely see, it's like a 60-40 with Luann.
Okay. All right.
But Luann definitely thinks it's 70-30 in her own favor.
Okay.
Maybe even 75-25.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, so fuck new Alex. That's terrible. And so we start off basically, we're at Sonia's house, and good for them. They get to pick out designer dresses to just walk through the rainy city in.
I know. Yeah, for the parade, for the march.
Yeah, for the march. And
for the marriage equality march.
So they're there, they're picking it out, and Alex shows up, and this is where we find out that Sonia was the Grand Marshal.
Yes, Sonia is the Grand Marshal for the marriage equality march, and she's treating it like it's her own very parade.
Oh, she certainly is. She was like, well, why'd they pick you? Well, the gays love me.
Yes.
And
yes.
Yeah, that's great. That
she just wants to get down and dirty with her gay and lesbian friends. That's all she wants to do.
And so now, like, who are the girls there to support? Like, Alex was the first one who brought this up last episode. It was like, I've been doing this thing for a while. Come check it out. It's a great cause, and I'm on the committee, and blah, blah, blah. And now, all of a sudden, it's Sonia's day.
Yep.
And there's even more drama than that to unfold.
Yes, it's so great. It's so great. This episode is awful and wonderful.
Absolutely. And then, so Kelly so aptly points out that the day is about marriage equality, not Sonia or Alex at all.
Right.
And we both looked at each other when she did that, and we were both like, wow, Kelly... That's a point for Kelly.
I know.
Kelly. Yeah. We were like,
we were both like, do we like Kelly?
Are we kind of like Kelly
right now?
Yeah.
Well, because she also made that comment after, my God, Alex made that long, laborious
that comes up
speech about why they're wearing the wedding dresses in the march, and it was just like I don't even remember what the speech was, but it was preachy and sanctimonious, and it felt it didn't feel authentic and genuine at all from her. And Kelly kind of stopped her. I was just like, well, we're wearing the wedding dresses because it's fun and campy. Come on.
Yeah. And then all the other girls quickly agreed. Yeah. Like, hey, it's fun and campy. Shut the fuck up, Alex. Like, take your fucking real meaning of the day and shove it up your ass.
Yeah, they just want to have fun. Campy. I mean...
Yeah. And then so I wrote down right after that, Kelly 2 wins in a row right there.
Yeah.
Kelly moving up the notch.
Yeah.
Moving up the power rankings a little bit. So Luann shits on Alex a little bit, but but when Luann shits on Alex, she makes it seem like it's just a fun day. And so she's also not taking heed of Kelly's advice that, it's about marriage equality.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think that's fair for Luann, because Luann doesn't really take those things into consideration. Luann is all about Luann.
Yep.
She has no idea what goes on outside of a 6-inch radius. But so Sonia's making the day about her. Alex is annoyed, and yeah, now Alex is gonna get her. Like, she's just like fuming the whole time. Like, you know when Alex makes the face when her lower teeth are like outside, like she looks like a pug almost, or like a bulldog.
Whoa.
With the mouth, like the bulldog. Like she gets like this real angry, like lower, like
mouth thing.
Yeah, she does. She's like almost like growling, like it.
Yeah.
And she turns
she like stretches her jaw muscles out almost. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's probably what it is. That's why her lower teeth show, and she's like, she looks like she's got a big underbite. And she's just seething at people.
Yeah, she's tight. She's tight over Sonya taking ownership of the day. And Sonya is totally oblivious and just like, support me. Today's my day. She's a grand marshal. And quite honestly, I don't fucking blame her because, we later find out Jill explains it and we'll get into that. But like Alex didn't have that big of a role in this fucking parade. So it was really just like the both of their egos. That's all it was. They both were acting like fucking assholes. The day was not about them, and it was just like, it was just, that whole march was so awkward and uncomfortable.
None of them realized what the day was about except Kelly. No. Kelly was the only one.
Right.
Kelly won this. Kelly won this match, for sure. This little meeting. But we are at the march now, and this is when we find out that when Sonya agreed to be the Grand Marshal, she agreed to do so on the bounds that nobody from the Real Housewives besides her gets to talk. Which means Simon couldn't give a speech that he had been planning on giving since like the fucking summer. And he was wearing the most ridiculous outfit as well. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's insane.
You know what? She made a boss move. She didn't give a fuck.
Yes, no.
She did not give a fuck.
And look, it was fucked up. It was fucked up. But I respect the play.
Me too. Me too. I can't be mad at her. I mean, she was awful this episode, but I'm not mad at Sonya.
But I feel like she did it to the lowest hanging fruit. Like, if Ramona wanted to talk and she pulled that would have been some real fucking balls.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or Luann or something like that. Like,
yeah.
Because they would have lost their minds. You know? But, like, Alex, like, who gives a shit? Simon, like, you're not even, who the fuck are you, man? Like,
yeah. And Jill wasn't going anyway. So Jill wasn't even a factor.
Yeah, Jill wasn't a factor.
So she was just like, fuck out. Yeah, I didn't even think about it in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's funny.
But let's see. So it gets super intense for a while. Like, Alex and Simon are both just like Sonya's like standing there like with her shoulders squared, just like waiting to go up on the stage and talk about and do her thing. And there's Simon and Alex over each shoulder, just like yapping at each other, like, you motherfucker, like,
yeah.
Like, I don't, and she's just like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, there's no, and she absolutely knew what they were talking about. And they're like, fine, if it's cool that he talks, like, just go tell him that it's cool that he talks. And she's like, I can't do that now.
Yeah. Well, but even before that, when Jill ends up showing up.
Yes.
Jill ends up showing up, and Alex says to her, she's like, hey, committee member, glad you came. Just like mad shady and the
only thing that could stop Alex from yapping at Sonya was Jill showing up.
Yeah.
Because she was like, oh, time to attack Jill. Like, it's just like, there's a different time.
Yo, but Jill flips on her. She's like, leave me. She literally says, leave me the fuck alone.
Jill has had enough of Alex's shit, and I can't blame her for it. Like, they were even saying, like I was saying earlier, this episode from 2 days ago, which I'm not really even that sure with it, but I'm pretty sure they don't belong there.
Yeah.
They don't belong there anymore, and it's starting to show. And now that they're not just, like, kowtowing to everything, now that they think they have, like, equal opinions and footing with them, like, they don't even have careers, really. I don't know what their previous money history is.
Look at you.
But I'm just saying, they're fucking weirdos. Who knows?
Shitting on.
They're not even New Yorkers. What are they doing there? What are they doing there? I still don't know. They are society adjacent at best.
Oh, man.
But now the ladies who are in the society are like, look, shut the fuck up and get the fuck out of our club.
Yeah.
And that's fair. That's fair. It's a
Yeah.
fucking club. So let's see. That got super intense, man. I can't believe I got that aggressive about the fucking Real Housewives of New York. Fuck Alex! I don't belong! Fucking blow up Brooklyn! Fuck out of here!
Not hard.
Bullshit.
You don't
The House in
belong.
the Hamptons, motherfucker. Go to St. Bart's in the right season. Fucking Costco St. Bart's. Fucking Price Club St. Bart's trips. Oh man.
They are
funny.
like they're everything about them just encompasses this year. Just like stupid, and they are 2020.
Yeah, it's so annoying. Sonya gets up to speak, and she is terrible.
Yeah, oh my god.
Fumbling through her words.
Yeah.
She's just like...
Same-sex marriage should also be equal. It's like, oh my god.
okay.
I would have...
Yeah.
If I was there, forget it.
Not a great look.
No, I would evaporated into thin air. Fucking, I'm gonna call this out right now. You're not paying attention. You're watching a fucking football game right
first
now.
Of all,
Mike
I
has
was
a
paying
TV.
attention.
When we're recording right now, Mike has the TV on. He has a fucking football game playing, and he's watching it. And I just caught him not
I
paying
had a side
attention and
glance at it.
engaged.
I saw
No
a side
side
glance at it, and I was
glances.
listening. We were talking about how terrible Sawyer's speech was, and after her speech, we go to chat with Cindy and her brother, who are discussing the Ramona incident from the wedding last episode.
Yeah.
So this is gonna turn into some interesting beef. Like the new girl right off the bat, beef with the brother of the new girl and the fucking head of the show, who we just said is pretty much the linchpin of the entire fucking cast.
Yep.
And being that Cindy's not on the show anymore, I can see that Ramona probably wins this battle.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Well, you'll see.
No,
You'll see a couple of seasons where they try a lot of different new cast members.
Yeah.
I think Cindy was there's Cindy and Barbara, I think, were the only two that Barbara's much later that were on for one season.
One and done's?
Yeah, one and done's, and you'll see why.
Okay.
You'll see why. But yes, you are correct
Is
about
it like
the
heavy beef?
Ramona thing.
Is it serious beef, or is it just
not
like...
really.
Or
I mean,
you just tell
you'll
they're not
see.
clicking?
Yeah, just not clicking, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, I don't mind Cindy.
No, Cindy seems cool so far.
You know, I mean, I'm rewatching everything, and it's been a while.
Yeah, I'm a hairy dude. She's got a
So I
hairy
feel-
little spot.
Yeah, like I feel like I'm meeting her again. Her accent though, I want to know in New York
super
where she's
Brooklyn,
from. Yeah, like she could be from Brooklyn or Long Island, maybe.
Could be that too.
I don't know. I always want to know where people, if they're from New York, like where exactly are they from?
Yeah,
Because
her
you can get
bio
a
just
good
always says New
idea.
York.
Yeah, you can get a good idea of what type of New York they are.
Yeah. Gotta do a deep dive on the Cindy later.
Yeah. Well, didn't we try and we really couldn't come up with much?
Yeah.
Like where she's from. But anyway, so Cindy and Howie, they're together. They're rehashing the wedding in Ramona, and it's gonna be interesting moving forward with these two.
So setting up more beef, that's cool.
Yeah, more beef.
And then so we go back to, this is the post party for the parade at Alex and Simon's, because the parade went into Brooklyn, the shit borough for all the Manhattanites. And they are all like, well, despite them being complete assholes at the thing, we still were nice enough to go to their apartment to the party.
Yeah.
And at this party, Alex and Jill, they step aside.
Yep.
They have a little heart-to-heart. They say, look, we fucking hate each other, but we're on a TV show together, so we got to work on it a little bit. And we have to share camera time at some point, and we need something for the story. So we're going to work on how much we hate each other and hopefully dwindle it down some. And I don't buy any of that.
Yeah, well.
I mean, Alex just doesn't seem like she has the ability to stop at this point. She's almost like a runaway truck. Like, when you're driving through, like, the middle of Pennsylvania, like, and they have like the runaway truck runoffs, like for when like a fucking like 18-wheeler like loses control, like they have those like little ramps on the side.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, they have those, and
Okay.
I think Alex is a runaway truck at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would have to agree with you.
Okay. Okay. And Alex stops the room at this point to make everybody look at Simon while he gives his speech. And while Sonia's speech was bad, it was sloppy and not rehearsed and just off the cuff.
Yeah.
Simon's was worse because he prepared it and it was bad. He tells a terrible play on names, like about how like when he emigrated there, like he wouldn't have been able to fucking do it if Alex's name was Alexander, like, and it was just like he's like if it was Alex instead of Alexander, it's like of Alexandra, like then I wouldn't have been able to come here. And he made it about him, like, and just like, dude, nobody gives a shit. Are you serious? You wouldn't look like a huge asshole to these people, like. And the fact that you plan to say those words, is just terrible, terrible.
Yeah, they suck.
So, and then right before they leave their house, Sonia goes to the confessional, and she's like, "Yeah, I think he's gay."
Yeah.
So, and then we go out with Sonia and her boyfriend, the artist, and he's been painting the portrait of her.
Yeah.
And he goes to show it to her, and she is not pleased.
No, she is not. She's like, that's not finished.
No, right? It looks like a terrible paint by numbers. Like it's watercolor.
She looks
almost
older
like
than she is.
Oh, like it was. Yes, it was not a portrait by.
And listen, art is subjective. Art is subjective, right?
Yes, of course.
So we can't completely judge.
No,
but
of course not. And
Sonia wasn't having it.
No. And I can't imagine many ladies would be having it.
I don't know. I mean, I didn't think the painting was that bad.
Well, I mean, if it was like a Picasso, right? And like the eyes were on the other side, it was all like weird and distorted, and like so it was meant to be like that, then you could probably find it. But it seemed like it was close enough to where it should have looked better if he viewed her better looking.
Okay. I mean,
because it was close enough. And then he eventually, touched up or whatever. So,
I didn't think it was that bad.
No, I mean it wasn't that bad, but it wasn't flattering either.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Luann and Sonia go to lunch, and they pretty much just talk about the march.
They're rehashing. Yes,
and this was where Luann said that she found a voice and needs to shut up.
Yep, she needs to be quiet. Thinks she's not. Well, she also thinks she's not comfortable with herself too, which I thought was an interesting point to make.
Yeah, I feel like she has to be more comfortable with herself to be that outgoingly aggressive. And
I don't know.
I mean. She's starting a modeling career. How old is she? 39, she said?
That's true. You're right.
I think she's feeling herself too much is what it is.
Yeah. You're right.
So now we're at this charity thing.
Yeah,
right?
the benefit.
Yeah, and so Ramona's there with Alex, and they're recapping the march and talking about Sonia, and Ramona's like, yo, well, I only invited you guys and not Kelly. And this is where we cut to Kelly, and she's like, yeah, well, fucking, I don't know whose thing it was. It was like Christian Dior or whatever.
Yeah, no, it was a designer, Gianni Versace.
Oh.
No, not Gianni Versace. He's dead. Who was it?
It was like Calvin Klein or something.
No, Giorgio Armani. Maybe that's who it was. Yeah. Or whoever. Whatever that big designer was.
Ramona didn't want me to come, but Giorgio Armani.
Yeah, but I was invited.
Or Ralph Lauren did, or whoever the fuck it was. Yeah, and it's so Ramona's got somebody doing recon for her or whatever. Like, she's got like a team in the bushes waiting for people to show up, and so they can run back and scout and tell her. And they're like, yo, Sonia's coming, but she's with Kelly. And Ramona has a panic attack. And
she flips.
takes out a blank place card,
Yeah.
writes her name in Sharpie on it.
And this thing with Ramona and table settings and where people sit is an ongoing thing with her. Every season, she has a fucking meltdown over, or not a meltdown, but it's just like, this is a thing with her. She hates surprises. She likes being in control of every situation. So, this is... It was great. It just kills me.
Yeah, because she went into like a full panic mode.
Yeah.
Running around the table, resetting the places. And then I think her husband was like, she's going to know you wrote that in Sharpie tonight. And then she's like, well, duh, she wasn't invited.
What do you want from me?
Yeah. So then they show up, and then like Ramona's like, Kelly, I didn't know you were coming. And Kelly was just like, yeah, no, I'm just saying hi to Calvin Klein or whatever, and I'm fucking leaving.
Yeah.
And then Ramona's like, all that panic for nothing.
Yeah.
What else we got here? So Sonya goes and pulls Ramona aside, using her side of the March story too. So Ramona's like in the middle.
Yeah.
Again, poor Ramona. What goes on after that?
Oh, Sonia's art party.
Yeah.
The unveiling of her portrait.
Yes. So this is the part where Alex shows up and they try and bury it, but as Alex is like explaining her point of view and what it was from her account, like Sonya couldn't even admit that she made those demands.
First of all, Sonya, before we
Sonya
get into the
make
fight,
those demands?
before we get into the fight,
Yes.
the first thing Sonya does is she wants to rehash the fight, the March Madness thing, immediately with Alex as soon as she shows up. So she like gets her right when she walks in the door.
Yes, and Sonya
and it's like the first thing she says.
And Sonya initiates it.
Yes,
right
and totally catches, in Alex's defense, totally catches Alex off guard. So, and as they're like trying to like hash this out, it just becomes this crazy, chaotic fight.
Because Alex wants her to admit that she made those claims, and then Alex doesn't even want her to. She's just like, I think Sonya wants Alex to apologize to her for her trying to ruin her day, and Alex is like, you need to apologize to me for ruining my day. Right. And Alex is right, but Sonya has no fucking idea, anything outside her world. Like Alex isn't even on her level. And because of this, they just keep saying their own parts at each other to the point where Sonya's just like, you know what? Get the fuck out of my house.
You have no manners.
You have no manners. You are so rude. How could you bring this up? Meanwhile, we just said Sonya fucking attacked her. And and it was just and then she goes back into the room with all the guests and everything, and Alex still won't shut the fuck up. She's trailing behind her, yelling in her ear still. You will hear me. You will hear the things that I have to say.
You will listen to me. You will listen to me.
You will listen to me start getting walking. This is bullshit. And then Sonya's just like, I can't believe this. She's so rude.
You have bad
manners. This is about his art tonight. My goodness. And then, it was hilarious. And she was losing her fucking mind. And it was actually very funny to watch.
Yeah. Sonya saying it came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh, when she was rehashing it with the girls.
And then Luann just goes, I would have kicked her out for the dress she was wearing.
Yeah. Kick her out just for the dress. Oh, my God. Then Ramona shows up. And they get to Sonya's portrait. And she gives a little speech. And it's, of course, so fucking awkward and weird.
Yes.
He unveils it. And all the girls are like, what? They're not fans of the portrait either. And Ramona's like, I don't think it's flattering. But...
Yeah.
And I think that's it.
That's the end of the episode.
Yep.
Yeah. So for me, I had the winners and losers. The winners were the ladies for getting to wear designer wedding dresses to go walk through the mud across the fucking bridge. And the losers were everybody at that party who had to deal with Alex on that rampage. Yes. That was absolutely ridiculous, and she should have absolutely just read with the conversation with Sonya and just shut the fuck up and been like, you know what, I can't. But instead of chasing her through the fucking party yelling at her, that was insane. So we're gonna end it here. 2 episodes.
Wait, what about my winner and loser? I'm realizing that we haven't been doing that for me.
Oh, okay. Well, I
don't think we did it the last
episode?
Yeah. Did we? We haven't been doing that for Salt Lake City.
Correct. That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what it is.
We should start doing it for Salt Lake City.
All right. Anyway, my winner is Kelly.
Okay.
Kelly came off.
Strong
she was
episode.
like making sense.
Absolutely
she was
right.
making sense.
She was making sense.
She was likable. That's all she has to do
to raise the bar.
Yeah, that's all she has to do. Make sense.
Be normal, not talk about.
Yeah.
Fucking not eating processed foods while eating jelly beans and stuff like that.
Yeah. And I mean, but the loser is obviously anybody at Alex and Simon's house after the parade who had to fucking listen to that speech because it was so horrendous. Or just be in
Brooklyn longer than they had to.
Yeah. Oh, no.
I'm kidding.
No.
Just
BK, we love Brooklyn. We're from
there. Yeah, so, and then we got the power rankings. So the power rankings, I gotta say, I think, despite Sonya being 100% wrong, she's number 1. She's the most interesting and the most entertaining. I know probably a lot of people are saying, think Ramona's that, but Ramona's second. Mm-hmm. That's it. So Ramona's next. Then Luann's moving up because she's getting more involved, I feel, but also not in a bad way like Alex is. So she's third, and then Jill is fourth because Jill's, I don't know, she's not there as much. She's not as intertwined. I don't know. You miss the old Jill. You miss her friendship with Bethenny too. Yeah, a little bit too. She's got this weird friendship now with Kelly that I don't really understand. And then I got Kelly and. Because Kelly had a couple of wins, so she moved up. And then Cindy and Alex is last. Dead last. Yes. Last. 0 wins. 0 wins. All losses, alrighty. 100% losses. So that's our episode. We will be doing episodes 3 or 4 here in a couple of days. Yeah, we know that in the past seasons we've done 3 episodes in one of our episodes. Yep. But I think moving forward, we're going to do 2. Yeah, it'll keep the episodes a little tighter and let us move through the shit a little bit quicker, too. A little easier, because it felt like we were cramming too much into one. But yeah, so that's all we got. Thank you for checking it out. Once again, the website is don'twantowatchthat.com, Twitter and Instagram at don'twantowatch. The O on Twitter is in don't is a 0. And fuck that guy who has the other handle. And guys, stay healthy. Stay safe. Stay home. Numbers are bad. Happy Thanksgiving to you and just you because you shouldn't have gone anywhere. Yep. Okay. Later. All right. Bye. Peace out.